This is bonus episode. Yeah. It's called a bonus episode. Jak Daxter getting shit.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say though is that like, you have to like if the game is gonna have to play competitive, then it has to take skill to play. You just can't rely on like random bullshit to just win.
Well, that's why like here's the thing though. If you can't rely on random bullshit, then what about the snipers in like let's say Call of Duty or Battlefield where there is recoil and like it doesn't guaranteed aim right in the middle of the screen?
Call of Duty snipers are like bullshit beyond all relief.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty sure that's not how a sniper works.
Doesn't seem to be.
Fucking Battlefield has the right idea of a sniper because there's like actual.
When was the last time you played Battlefield?
I want to say Bad Company 2 was the last one I played.
It was a pretty good game. Bad Company 2 was pretty good, but the snipers though, like
the game was not that very well polished. Like, yeah, it was a pretty good game. I could see the faults in it, but at the same time, like, it was still like, I still felt like I actually had to take time out of shot instead of just fucking quick scope every other shot.
So compared to Halo and Battlefield, which would seem like a more competitive game, and which is like,
I would say Halo.
Yeah,
because
well, okay, maybe it's not.
I just
it is unrealistic.
I just feel Halo is just easier to get into than Battlefield.
Yeah, it is.
Because like, okay, like the thing is like if a game, all right, so the unbalanced Halo was just how just the strategy
dual
plans
wheel
going.
needlers.
Yeah, that's why they got rid of it. It was just like a bunch of battle plans going into a bunch of games. But the main thing is that like when you get down to it, it was cartoony at most, and like it was enjoyable to play.
How about when they started to appeal more to the casual players, like the way they balanced the game in terms of being more casual friendly and stuff? How does that really like affect the competitive community?
Wait. When you're paying attention more to the casual community, like it's good to pay attention to the casual community because that's where your money's coming from. That's where a lot of people know that. But if you're just paying attention to them mostly and you're giving us no love,
well, no, they're still trying to appease the competitive players, but with the imbalance for casual play rather than competitive, like it's still there. Like there's still like that balance, but it's not apparently appealing to the competitive players. The sniper is still good, like. Given like there is some recoil now, but at least it's as still effective from like what Halo 3 and stuff.
Yeah. Exactly. Like,
and there's no dual wielding.
See that's the thing. Like, if you sacrifice things for the competitive, all right. Let's say this. Like back in, like, let's say you have a casual player that plays Yun, and it's back in Street Fighter Arcade Edition. This guy's like, oh cool, I like Yun. Yun's cool. He's one of my favorite characters, and he starts playing. I'm like, oh, he's really cool. He's really fun. And some dude's like, oh, dude, you're playing fucking OP as shit. Then this guy's gonna be like, oh, so this character's really good. I should probably stick with it, or oh, I don't want to play OP. What should I switch to appease to your stuff?
So okay, in a competitive like point of view or something, if they play OP characters, is that still acceptable to the competitive community?
Yeah. Back in Third Strike, I hear a lot of stories where it was. I never used like some people. All right, my friend Steven told me a story about one of the subs that came to his school. He used to play Third Strike back in the day, and he picked Yun and Chun-Li, they're known as the most OP characters in the game, because they're just fucking retarded. So he said, I didn't really play for fun. I played to win because you go to tournaments, you want to win money.
Yeah.
You thought you were good, so you just pick what won. Mm-hmm. That's why we see a lot of chuns and stuff like that. But if you just keep it that way, where it's like, oh, okay, so the competitive scene says this is bad. Let's just tweak them a little bit, like they did in version 2012. Then the competitive scene was like, okay, thank you. Now at least we know will be able to separate the women from the men in the Yun players. So Daigo dropped Yun, went back to Ryu. Justin Wong dropped Yang. LPN dropped Yang. Like, so many people dropped Yun and Yang. Marn dropped Yun.
But wasn't this like the OP characters were like in Third Strike, or was it just all in
this was Arcade Edition.
Okay.
Third Strike was Chun-Li and Yun, where they actually now did kind of balance them out a little bit. It's not like right up there, but at least it's still balanced, because I heard Q does more damage this time around. You know, time cops.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, at least they're trying to fix it. Like in Marvel 2, they try to fix a lot of stuff in Marvel 2.
But like stuff like I don't recognize too many of the like, you know, the overpowered characters in Super Street Fighter 4. But like, let's say Marvel vs. Capcom 3, like, let's say Dr. Doom, where he's probably the most bullshit in the entire game.
Yeah.
But people still accept it because, you know, it does take a lot of skill to get down a lot of the combos.
It takes skill to do some things, but at the same time, your metagame with Doom, like like Marlon Pike has a godlike metagame with Doom.
But like, since even though he is an overpowered character, how are people not putting down these people for, you know, playing Doom?
They are. They're telling him straight. Like they don't tell him straight up, but everyone knows if you don't play Doom, then you hate Doom. If you play Doom, you still kind of hate Doom. It's just this whole thing of like, Doom's a fucking bullshit character, but people play him because he wins shit because he just does things. So his infinite is possibly one of like the easiest, because one rep gets you at least like 25%.
Why is it that a lot of players are playing him? Like
because he's just OP. His infinite is possibly one of the best, because it's just getting one rep gets you at least 25% of the enemy's health. Even if you drop it, you're still doing damage, and you get a lot of meter from it.
One rep doesn't do 24%.
One rep does a lot of damage, dude. Especially unscaled. Well, if it's barely scaled, like the stuff that F-Champ does, like he does one rep Magneto of hyper grab, and then just goes into it. Because
doesn't he like? He does one rep with Magneto and then TACs into.
Yeah, he does one rep with Magneto and TACs to Doom,
and then he goes into an infinite.
And then goes to the infinite, which is smart, because you get the most damage out of Doom, and even if you drop the rep, he's still set up into a almost unblockable setup. Like it's very hard to block Doom in certain situations like that, because even if he blocks, it's very hard. The only way you could get out of it is if they drop right before the light punch, before they land. That's the only way to like completely stop it, because if they miss the butter gun, or what is it? They miss the butter gun, they can miss a lot of things. If they miss like something like that, then they're gonna have a big you're gonna have a big chance to like punish them hard.
So going back to the FPS, you know, what, like, let's see, in like Halo or something, or let's say, how about Titanfall? Like,
I never paid attention. I don't know. Just give me some examples and stuff.
Okay, so in Titanfall you're given like max, but like it's much like in, let's say, Call of Duty, where, right? Isn't it in Call of Duty where like you get like a certain amount of kills, and you
so it's a kill streak.
It's kind of like a kill streak,
but you're not allowed it right away.
Not right away.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's a trade-off. Like, remember that term from Fullmetal Alchemist? Equivalent exchange.
Equivalent exchange, yeah.
That's what has to be done. So it's like an op. They nerfed an op to the point where I feel it's fair. It's one hit kill,
but
it's the most expensive gun in the game. But every kill, you only get 100. You only get 100. You only get $100 from it. 100 smackaroos.
But is it really that easy to aim with, though?
No, it's not that easy, actually.
So is it actually worth the price?
Yes. One shot, one kill for 100 monies. That's why if you ever pick up one op, then you automatically put the other enemy team behind. You put them behind at least half 1,000, or like half 10k.
If you can clean up the team.
Like 10, you pick up an op at the end of round. You're already up 5,000, 6,000 money. Because especially in the competitive scene, I know that there's always the one opper. So the thing for the opper is that he needs an op. I don't know if that comes as a surprise, especially since it's called the opper. But the main point of it is that if you hand him an op, and you pick that op from the enemy team, you take away $5,000. You take around $5,000 to $6,000. Yeah, just per round.
Wow.
So if you take one op from them, you're up $6,000 because your team does not have to spend $6,000 for that op.
Does this include? Actually, no. Never mind.
So it's like it's just equivalent exchange. Is that if you drop an op, you could be down $5,000 in like one round. That's why a lot of oppers, they don't like, peeking is very, very not an option, especially if there's another opper on the other side of the map.
So once you got an op, it's like, oh, you gotta play really safe.
Yeah, you're one of the main one of the main people on the team, because the only thing you're doing is you're there to pick off people. You're not there to like get money advantage. That's why oppers are very safe. That's why they're very good at saving and eco weapons. Well, a lot of eco rounds.
Couldn't you just buy a few grenades and just go off and just save until like...
Yeah, a lot of oppers do that. They buy like one frag, and then they go, and for the rest of the match, just
go with pistol.
Go pistol. Like even if they buy the P250, like the P250 is still an amazing gun because it's 2 shots, one in the body, one in the head. With the recoil, it's very easy to hit.
Is it really like a really high recoil?
Yeah.
Wow.
So one in the body, aim for the body, get it, and then just hit again, and you probably get the head.
So something like in Titanfall, where like I don't think there is really like actual economy like Global Offensive, but like it's still like a kill streak where you get a certain amount of kills.
Well, the only thing I don't like about Call of Duty kill streaks
is that you have to get them in a row without
is that you have to get a row without dying, and then there's also the whole possibility that like it's unfair in certain matches. Like I don't like the killing ones. Back when I played, I only used to use UAV, counter UAV, spy.
Oh, like those one where you have to get 10 in a row without dying?
No, just the ones that were the non-lethal kill streaks.
Oh.
Because I didn't like those. Because those just like were like, oh.
They're bullshit.
They're like, oh, I have this. I'm getting 1 kill after, and I'm like, sick. Look how skilled I am. I'm gonna be top frag.
The thing is that once you get these kill streaks and you get kills with them, they don't count towards your kill streak though.
Yeah.
So like.
Except for Harrier. And back in Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, that was Modern Warfare 2, but now like in Black Ops and Black Ops 2.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I think really like if you're good at it, then you deserve those kill streaks. But if you suck, then you just don't get it.
Yeah. Like
that way it's appealing to the competitive players. So like if you're more deserving of the kill streaks, then you get those kill streaks. But the thing is, I think like stuff like 10 kills in a row or like 8 is just too much. For one. There
was actually a general strategy in Modern Warfare 2 that I knew a lot of competitive players use, where it was get a Harrier or Pablo the Mexican helicopter, and then die automatically. Just kill yourself after you call it, or like kill yourself when you have it.
So you get those kill streaks again.
Yeah, and it just fills up right away. And so every single time you spawn, you automatically have Pablo the Mexican helicopter.
Well, now it's just like, oh, well, you're gonna have to,
you gotta
camp in.
You gotta work for it.
Yeah. No, that's what's good about Call of Duty is that like you gotta work for your perks, and that's what's good.
Mm-hmm.
But like stuff in like Titanfall or like stuff in Halo 4 actually, where you can just die. And as long as you meet the not quota, but like
I don't
meet a certain amount of kills.
I don't feel Halo 4 is very rewarding though. I don't like. Yeah, you get a sniper, you get stuff like that, but like I don't want that stuff.
Because we're used to in Halo, we're used to you find these weapons, you pick it up. And,
yeah, that was the best part about Halo.
Yeah, it's all balanced. But like let's say
it's all map control, so the better team will always win if they're just better than the other team.
And if they recognize the map.
Yeah. If they like just knowing the map, knowing basic strategies, and memorizing maps is just something that you just had to do.
Yeah.
So if you take that all away and you're basing it all on, and like that's the problem with Call of Duty is that you take away people wanting to have map advantage and just capping. So their whole map advantage is just watching corridor. That's their whole map advantage.
So for in Halo, there's less camping unless you're playing something like similar to search and destroy, but there will still be camping. But you know, as long as you have as long as you have weapons and tools all around, then there would be less camping, and like, you know, wherever you sit, you'll die.
Yeah. See, that's the thing about Halo, is that it's very hard to camp though. Because
kind of there are still maps out there that you can still camp, but like if you're not playing an objective, there's no point in camping.
Yeah.
Unless you have a sniper and you're playing in a really huge map. Really, you wouldn't consider, you know, sitting at a spot and sniping camping.
But we're like there's basic strategies, like to go back to just basic strategies. Like there's random stuff in Counter-Strike Go where there's actually a bomb plant in Dust 2. If you don't know, is that, you know, the ledge, you know, down long A.
Yeah.
What you do is that you plant right there at the corner of A.
Oh yeah.
And then you go all the way back to pit, and you watch bomb for pit with the op. And so if anyone tries to defuse,
is it like it's like right out of
all right, look
out of the range.
All right, so here's pit. All right, no, here's pit, and then here's the bomb site, which is right here. So here's the wall. You're able to see this one little corner right here of the bomb site, and you can plant on that one corner. So So you jump on that corner, plant the bomb, and the bomb will be right there.
Yeah.
So you come right
visible on catwalk though, or like it's visible like on catwalk. You can just sit there at catwalk and
well, no, that's the problem, because you get flanked from catwalk from pit. You could watch them coming from T spawn, and you could watch them trying to get the bomb.
Yeah.
So no matter what, the bomb's safe, because if they want to take it out, they have to kill you down long A, and then get back to the bomb. You have to snipe them out from long A.
Yeah.
But the only way they'll know if you're there, like they're gonna check bomb site. That's the first reaction for people. Check bomb site, make sure no one's there. No one's there. That means they're either trying to save or they're gonna come somewhere. So the first reaction is to fake the plant, right? Fake the plant. You're gonna get shot, because we're watching the bomb automatically, and you're in the most open area for the bomb
to defuse the bomb.
Yeah. So that's the whole point of it.
Let's see. So, you know, camping is a legitimate strategy, but
it's legitimate in Counter-Strike, because like,
well, it really, in any kind of sniper game, really, you know, camping is a legitimate strategy. If you're just sitting there and you're ready to spray, it's not, because
in Call of Duty, it's not. It should not be a legitimate strategy, because there's no risk reward strategy in there. So they just camp it.
It's low risk, kind of medium reward.
Barely any reward in that game. So we're in.
Well, unless you get Killstreaks, then yeah, it's kind of high reward. Low risk, high reward.
While Counter-Strike and Halo, like, there's full reward, because you get a frag. Well, yeah, you get a kill. You get stuff like that. I can't find this fucking scout fly, but like the whole point is that you get it all, and everything just falls together after it, because terrorists have to move up, and counter-terrorists have to make sure they're not planting a bomb. So if terrorists rush, then bam, counter-terrorists could lose. It's a whole matter of like who would be a better shot, especially if the terrorists are gonna rush B or something. Like in Mirage, if they're gonna rush banana, then you gotta know if they're rushing banana. So especially if they're rushing banana, then the whole point is that, can you just take them all out before someone takes you out?
Because banana is probably the most open part of Mirage.
Yeah.
Or at least isn't banana like similar to long A and Dust 2? Where no, it's just straight up like an open.
The thing about long A is that long A has more cover, because the
long A has no cover.
You could jump into pit. You could stay on the side of long A.
Well, that's all really.
You could jump into pit. You stay on the side. You could watch towards cars, move up, and then just start slowly moving. Which is why, like, watching your corners and getting at least.
Well, no, down. I'm talking about the whole long A rather than, like, you know, by the A doors.
I'm talking more like from terrace coming towards CT. Towards like long A. So I'm just saying that if a CT could still make it out towards A, because you could outgun people in that game. But the main thing is that is that just being able to check every corner is one of the main things about Counter-Strike.
That's really any game.
Well, no.
Even in Call of Duty,
Well,
you
like
check every
in
corner.
Call of Duty, you check every corner, but there's too many corners to check. So you only check the main ones.
Well, that depends on how many or how open the game is, or how open the map is. Like, let's say Nuketown, for one, there aren't that many corners either. It's about the same, even though the map size is not that big, but there's still not that many corners to check, and it's kind of open.
Yeah, but the main thing is that, like, in Go, if you look, people. All right, there's a strategy that I learned in paintball called it's called tree cover or something like that, where it's put as many objects in front of you and your enemy. It don't matter if the object's like 30 feet out and the other person's like another 50 feet out. If that thing's in front of you and him, then he can't see you and he can't shoot you. So that's
at the same time, you can't
shoot. Like it's what Caboose says. If I can't see you, you can't see me. So it's this whole thing of like, all right. So I say Courtney's sitting over there, and there's this box is right in front of me. If I stay in front of this box and I stay in an area where I'm in a blind spot behind the box, then I can move up all the way towards the box.
I can't see you. You can't see me.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
And your whole body's just out there. So that's the thing. You have to also take into consideration that you're not only you can't see them, but your body can't be seen either.
Exactly.
So that's the thing. Like specifically, like in games where like the hitbox is well defined. Like let's say you're playing in Halo, even the hitbox is really well defined. So like if you shoot, let's say even the gun, or if you even stick the gun, or if you shoot the gun, you'll die. The thing is, what's amazing about it is that if you stick the gun and they trade off the gun or they switch, then the plasma is like it won't go off.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. Oh, actually, no. If you switch the gun, you know how the second gun's on your back.
Yeah.
If you switch, the plasma will be on your back. It'll still count as a stick, but it's funny because the gun is very well defined, and if you do anything to like the gun, then if you let's say you switch off a gun or you drop a gun, then the plasma will follow the gun.
Where if it hits a hitbox, then it will stay on the hitbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's amazing.
Which is what's really, really good about that.
Yeah. So like specific things like camping in Halo, like if you see one little body part, you're dead.
Yeah. Especially with the plasma or like needlers, you're gone.
There are even for some reason there are like old games that like if you see like let's say a finger or something and you aim right below it, you'll still die because the hitbox is not well defined. It's just literally just a box.
Yeah, like Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Well, Modern Warfare is still pretty defined, but
you can throw a knife at a foot.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's my problem. That's the one problem I had with Modern Warfare 2. Like I hated the throwing knife.
Oh, well, that depends on how much damage it would do to the foot. What would be pretty cool is
the throwing knife did 100% every time.
I know.
That's the problem.
What would be pretty interesting though is if you throw like a knife or a tomahawk towards like a foot or leg, you would be forced to crouch.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, like something that took into account like
take that into consideration. Whoever the fuck is Treyarch, or is it?
There's like three studios making Modern Warfare now.
Or Call of Duty, really?
Yeah, there's three studios making Call of Duty.
Holy shit! But like
Treyarch, Alright, it's what
is it? Is it also Respawn Entertainment?
What do you mean?
Because they're the ones that developed Titanfall, and
people
are like, oh
no, they signed a third studio on to create a Call of Duty.
Wait, publisher Square Enix? Oh, in Japan. Yeah, but Infinity Ward, take that into consideration because
I think the next. Alright, so every year they switch off developers. So last year was
last year was Black Ops. Last year was Black Ops 2.
So that was Treyarch. No, yeah, it was Treyarch.
No, that was actually Infinity Ward.
No, I think Infinity Ward. No, Ghost. It was Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost is Infinity Ward.
Yeah, Ghost was Infinity Ward. Black Ops 2 was Treyarch. So this year should have been Treyarch, but I believe this year is Treyarch.
Now Treyarch is just out of it.
No, they signed a third studio on.
Is it Respawn Entertainment?
I remember they signed a third studio onto it.
Developers Spark. I'm not really sure actually.
I remember here they signed one more studio onto
So
it.
Sledgehammer.
There you go. They signed Sledgehammer Entertainment.
It's Sledgehammer Games, yeah.
Yeah, Sledgehammer Games.
They're the one that did yeah, they co-developed Modern Warfare 3. They did that about like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. They signed them up to take
yeah, here we go. Call of Duty 2014, or at least that's what the working title was.
They're the next Call of Duty makers.
Call of Duty 2K14. 2K games, we're looking at you.
2K, give us everything. And by everything, please just give me like the shittiest version of a 2K game.
So wait, how far are we going?
I'm gonna just get all the power cells we left off back here. So I'm gonna just.
So we're not actually progressing to the story.
No, I'm just getting the Scout Fly ones and some of the stuff, and then the buying ones.
So for those who are actually watching this is one of those.
This is just bonus episode.
Yeah.
Just call it bonus episode. Jak and Daxter getting shit.
Yeah.
And talking about Call of Duty.
Yeah, or just talking about FPS, just competitive, the competitive scene.
Yeah.
But, what were we talking about again? I forgot.
We're talking about that Sledgehammer got signed up to get, so now instead like every 2 years, that a Call of Duty studio
No, it's 1 year.
No, it's every 2 years. So if Ward makes a Call of Duty every 2 years,
they're actually working on this for about 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, so now they have a 3-year development period instead of a 2-year development period.
And they're not gonna be releasing Call of Duty every year now.
No, they are.
Really?
Yeah, it's still the same release schedule. It's just this time around, instead of it being Infinity Ward Treyarch, Infinity Ward Treyarch, it's being Treyarch, Infinity Ward Sledgehammer, Infinity Treyarch.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm saying is that Sledgehammer is making one. So Sledgehammer makes one year this year.
Yeah.
Then next year's Treyarch. Then next year's Infinity Ward. And then the cycle repeats.
Yeah.
Like the cycle's been going since Call of Duty 4.
I see. Well, still the problem is that every year they're coming out with it, and it takes about probably a year or year and a half for to get down everything for a Call of Duty game and stuff.
Well, now that Infinity Ward and Treyarch have 3-year development period instead of 2-year development period.
But still, like to the consumers, it's coming out every year, and they're all still priced at $60.
Yeah,
that's still the problem. So really, even though they have a 3-year development period, they have a lot of time to redefine and make everything work and stuff. It just seems like every year they're just milking the game.
They are milking the game, like what Ubisoft's doing with Assassin's Creed.
Well, Assassin's Creed did have a great development.
They have a good development cycle.
They have a great universe to work with.
Yeah.
Much like let's say World of Warcraft, they're not milking it out; they're just making it better.
Yeah, like ever since Mists of Pandaria. Alright, I heard that since Mists of Pandaria came out, World of Warcraft has dropped. And then now, a few months later, they're actually getting more subscriptions than before.
Because, they're introducing more expansions, they're appealing to more people.
Ever since the reveal of the next expansion, they've been getting, I think 1.5 million people signed up again. Yeah, it's like some retarded amount of number that some people signed up for.
So really, it's not they're milking it out, they're just making it better. That's why World of Warcraft's still standing even.
Yeah. It's standing far faster than EverQuest, because EverQuest died out. I'm pretty sure there's still people that play EverQuest. You still play EverQuest, just like Townme, especially Townme some free MMOs. But the main point is that the most if you say MMO, you think World of Warcraft now. You don't think EverQuest.
I've never I always heard of EverQuest, but I never knew how it worked or what. Or I thought it was just a typical fantasy MMO.
It was before Warcraft. I believe EverQuest came out 3 years before Warcraft, something like that. It came out a few years before.
World of Warcraft or Warcraft?
A few years before World of Warcraft came out.
Okay, that's about 2004, 2005.
Warcraft came out. World of Warcraft came out 2000 something, right?
Yeah, 2004 or 5. Got to fact check. But Warcraft came out a few years before World of Warcraft?
EverQuest came out before World of Warcraft. So, you think MMORPG right now, and you think World of Warcraft.
Yeah, so, World of Warcraft released around 2004, and let's check EverQuest. EverQuest came out in 1999, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And they came out in the Mac OS.
Yeah.
And, like, what, 4 years later?
Yeah. Oh, no, like...
Yeah, came out in 2003.
Wait, when did EverQuest come out?
EverQuest came out in 1999, which is pretty amazing for...
Yeah, 5-6 years later, World of Warcraft came out. So, before that, the only MMO people really had time to spend with was...
What... The thing was is that, to me, like, I think, like, around the 90s and stuff like that is, like, when the internet barely began to, like...
I think 2003 was when the internet actually took off. Like, somewhere around 2000, between 3 and 5 was the year, like, the internet actually took off.
Like, everything started to revolve around the internet.
Yeah, where people actually started paying attention to it. People actually started, instead of getting, like, free 100,000 hours of AOL discs.
Hey, I took advantage of that shit.
I know everyone. The main thing is that now it's you pay for internet, and people, it used to be like just dial up. It used to almost just be.
I ran on that shit. You know, like when I ran dial up and when I ran AOL, I didn't know what the fuck Internet Explorer was for. I always thought it was just like, why is Internet Explorer here? I don't know what this is. I'm scared, guys. What do I do?
Back in my
a long fucking time.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I had to revert back. We had to revert back to dial-up. When we had to move out of this house, we had to revert back to dial-up. When we lived for like about a year and a half.
Oh,
it was, and this was like I think 5-6 years ago. No, 6 years ago. Yeah, I'll drink. No. Fucking Mountain Lightning returns. Yeah, citrusy. So,
What about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I'll put it right now.
So yeah, dial-up. Oh, but like, EverQuest, like, it came out at a time where, like, what was it? DSL barely became a thing.
Yeah.
And
I'll have some citrus.
Nurse Salt. Yeah, this was at a time where like it feels like. And remember, take this into consideration. I was born in 1995, and this was like what I thought was the time where DSL barely came about. And it's like, oh wow, they already had this MMORPG coming out.
Back when I used
Neopets.
Back when I first found out about the internet, I didn't know too much about like all I thought I knew about like console games, and then I knew about like maybe some computer games. I thought they were obsolete.
Oh yeah, I remember that like long time ago when you like go on the internet.
So,
hey, let her join in.
what were you saying?
Dial-up porn.
Yeah, every single time. Yeah, the dial-up was the masturbation beat god.
Oh, man,
That fucking dial-up
wait for
masturbation
this.
beat.
It's gonna be totally worth it.
So, was it? But this was like a time where, when AOL was like coming about, and well, not coming about, but like this was when AOL was popular. This was when dial-up was a thing, and DSL barely came about.
Yeah.
And took over and start sweeping shit. Mm-hmm. I never knew. In fact, I never knew about online play until like when Xbox Live came around.
I didn't know either. The way I found out was